Okay, it's time to look at progress on this arcade box. So I've been seriously looking at putting speakers in. To do that, I had to find some speakers. I don't own any foreign speakers, and I didn't want to pay a lot for them. So I went to the thrift store, where I ended up with a pair of these Sony 4.5-inch speakers. So there's a metal mesh in the front that I'd like to mount in front. I might do something more exotic later, but for now it's gonna be just something I cut with some tin snips, right? I just basically disassembled this. I ended up with one of these speakers with some wires on the back so that I can make the connection. And then I just decided to take this front section, and I had to drill some holes to get the speaker apart, and of course that's the starting hole for me to use my tin snips to cut. And then I just used a bowl that was slightly bigger. This is a 4.5-inch speaker by diameter, so my hole is a 4-inch hole, so that should work out really well. It's got screw holes, so I'll mount it from the back, and then it'll just go down the back towards the back of the cabinet where I've got. Eventually, I have a amplifier right there on the floor that has some plugs in the back that you can just plug them into their regular speaker plugs, where you push the button and push the wire into the hole. All right, so that's the plan. I got one of them done. Well, mostly done. I'm not super happy yet with the shape. I don't know how well you can see that. It's not perfectly circular. Of course, I'm using the world's biggest pair of man scissors that you've ever seen. These work really good, but look at how long the cut length is. It takes a while it's unwieldy to try to make a cut. All right, so that's what's going to happen with the speakers. Next time you see this cabinet, it will have speakers. I may go in and touch up the paint around here, because after I made the holes, of course, I've got regular plywood colors in there that I don't think they'll be covered completely by this, and you can still tell that it's a different color. So I'll eventually want to paint that so that I can see. And how I'll hold this on, I'll probably use some kind of glue or adhesive and Mod Podge around the edges so that it's smooth and able to be sanded till it looks like it's part of the cabinet originally. So that's my plan with that. So that's my plan. Now, the reason this video's been taking so long to get here is because I sort of ran into a trouble. This is my Xin-mo controller. Now, it's supposed to have a here's an Arduino. You see this metal piece right here? And it's always about the focus. Hold on. Alright, it's supposed to have a Type 2 or Type B USB connector like this one on it. And in the process one day of pulling up this control panel, I busted it off. So there it is right there in the pieces that survived. They got blown up, right? And I tried soldering them back. I couldn't get them to solder back. I tried taking a USB cable and figuring out what the pin out was and repinning it out. And I failed to do that too, even after making, those are some nasty solder joints. After making those joints, the stupid thing would not work. So I had to order one, and I made the mistake of ordering it and having it shipped through USPS. And so it was like a 7-day wait while I'm waiting for my stupid controller to come in. You can't buy these things locally. Nobody has an arcade builder store. So I had to buy another one, which I've since installed. I also put some knots in my USB cord and ran the USB cord through some wood so that there's no way to tear the USB cord off of the controller anymore, because it's protected by being isolated. Anyway, I may tear one of my USB cords, but I can go down to Walmart and pick one up for a couple of bucks. So this front cover, I originally, when I planned it, I planned the acrylic to wrap around. All right, here's my piece of acrylic. What you'll notice is that I'm a terrible acrylic bender. It doesn't go to a right angle, and when you melt it, it's pretty unwieldy. And so I may at some point in the future redo this and put acrylic the full length of it.